Hi guys, good afternoon. It's a Saturday. Happy Saturday, everyone. It's finally a weekend for all of us. Okay, so we have Conrad. Of course, I am 12. And what is this? He's also with us. And let us see. I hope the our friends in Investagrams have remembered that we have a live today. Well, let's just ping them. Yep. Yes, I'll prioritize your request. ICT. Okay, got it. We are now live here. Right. Good afternoon, Luther. Okay, so let me just pull up my notepad. So I remember I'll prioritize ICT first and then smph and Euro. I remember from yesterday. Do you work for a BPO? Yeah, I work for a BPO company. I manage the training team. You speak really good English. Yep. Thank you. And I am more sorry. I try my best to speak Tagalog, but because I came from the province, I'm from Bacolod, I'm from Negros, so I speak better Ilonggo and English, but I'm not really good at Tagalog, so I'd rather speak English. I hope it's okay, guys. Okay, so let me just go ahead and jump into the main discussion here, so that we can discuss a lot more today. Okay. So let me pull up ICT. Okay, so this is ICT. Am I in the right? Oh, I'm in the wrong window. Okay, this is it. Chart. Let's just open this up. Okay, I don't have to talk about PSEI anymore because we covered that yesterday. So this is just a continuation from yesterday's discussion. Okay, so overall for ICT, what we can see here is that we are in a very good state in terms of the current price value for this stock. We have reached the bottom right here and we started to move to the upside. And what's good about the movement is it's not that significant ups and downs, but it's a slow climb to the upside. So I'd like to plot our support right in this level because you had established a resistance or your ceiling right up here, and we managed to break that. And the drop in price, I'd have to say it's just a confirmation of this support. It's just strengthening it. So what I can say here is that the next possible movements for us here is to the upside, especially because we're starting to move there, and from a constricted Bollinger Band, it's starting to push that band higher. So from 77 to 80 is a good entry price. For those people who may have entered right here, I suggest just hold on to your positions as of the moment because I see some promising movements in the coming days for this stock. And the next one would be, I remember smph. Okay, smph is also overall you have, I'd like to plot this I think is an ascending triangle. There you have it. Okay, so that is an ascending triangle for us. So there's a short-term resistance built right here, but in Monday's opening price, for example, in the next 30 minutes, that's the the part where you have to really watch out for. I'm not saying you enter right away, because if you're if you can monitor the movement in the next 30 minutes, that could really bring you a lot of money, because that's the most volatile period of the day. But if you fail to really watch out, sometimes it could be a trap, right? Now, what you can do is watch the market movement in the first 30 minutes, see where the sentiment is. If it starts higher than this 31.95 or 32 level, most of the action happens to the upside, then that's a good signal. Especially because this is also starting to be triggered to the upside. The position of your MA20 line is somehow facing to the upside. So between that breaking the upper line here versus our support right at this area, I'm more into looking at this being broken. Okay, but then that this green line that we have plotted here, use that as a an ascending support. Like each time it passes that or it touches that level, there's a bounce that's happening. So if that line gets broken, then that's a different story. You have to ensure that if you are purely trading the stock, you practice cutting your losses early in the game. Okay, so I just continue one last euro before I discuss your request. This was the one we left off yesterday. Okay, euro, promising. Look at that. We ended outside of the Bollinger Band with a good volume right here. So let's use this as our support. This is our support, okay? From where it is at right now, where is the nearest area where you see consolidation? So this is it. Used to be a support right at this level, and resistance before used to be a resistance as well. So I always follow that concept that the previous resistance can eventually become a support when we go beyond that line. So from 250 to 218, that would be a good entry price, because I have a feeling that the next possible movements would be to the upside. It's just that I always give a margin of like a room for people who will take profit and would somehow pull the price a little lower than where it is at right now. And the nearer we are to the support area, that would be ideal. So 13% increase from the previous day's performance would definitely, people will definitely take profit, and you can haggle a little lower than 250. But overall, my sentiment here is that the risk to reward ratio, you have a more promising reward ratio, and your risk is at a manageable area. Okay, that explains it. PSEI, yes. Okay, so LXCS wanted to request for PSEI. Okay, so we were mentioning the other time yesterday that PSEI, my take on this is that we have reached the bottom, and this is this area. This is the bottom for us, and in case it'll drop, it might just do a double bottom right at this state. But between that and the possible movements to the upside, I feel that we will most likely now start to move higher. If it'll drop, I think it will just revisit 5313, and the lowest it could do is drop at the previous bottom right here. Okay, because if you are to look at it, I mentioned this yesterday, we are really meant to drop, and your MA20 line was our area to consider as a bounce area. There was a slight overshoot below that, but we right a few days after we managed to move up. So this has been designed, meant to be, but with the pandemic, it made things faster, which is, for me, that's a good that was a candid saving grace for us. But definitely next moves would I feel that we will just move to the upside. We have just bounced right here. M wide and EEI for Luther. Okay, this is your turn. Okay, M wide. Looks like this is a support bot. I mean a resistance. Okay, so look at that in a weekly perspective. You have reached the bottom right here, and we have already bounced. So imagine the potential of where it could go back next. So you have this last 2 weeks ago, we have confirmed that bounce. That's why it's moving to the upside now. So the next possible movement is, again, it will in the next few weeks, okay, because we're currently using a weekly chart, so every candlestick would mean 1 week. Now probably in the next few months, the sentiment is for this stock to move to the upside, and the next resistance that we have here would be at this level. So like this one, 2, 3, 4. It took 4 weeks for it to drop at this level. So who knows? We can reach another 4 to 5 weeks for it to reach this area. Now the next question is: now that you see the potential of the stock, at what level are you going to enter? I would have to say, and this is to address the investors in the live today, I'd have to say you are already at the promising point. And if you can enter anywhere from 729 to 8, that is already good entry price. Because I am not sure if we will be given a chance again to reach 5.87. So from where it is at right now to here, it's already fine. It's a good entry price. But 7.29, I can already see that that's a good one. Price level was hit in this area, became a resistance here. We did a gap up, it revisited this line, and now we're recovering. So that's a good choice right there. EEI. Dividend, that's September. Okay. Foreign buying. Although this is a sign of weakness. This is a resistance right here, a short-term resistance that we have right at this area. Okay, it got rejected each time it touches that level. So we don't really know if it will just bounce in this level. This is technically a sideways movement overall. Now, if you can do a Darvas box, build a Darvas box in this area, and then use that as your decision making tool. Okay, sorry, let me just put that here. So it will most likely move within this range, and the lowest that you can take a look at here would be your 4.99 or 5 peso level. Okay, enter here, and if that gets broken, cut your losses right away. But if you see some recoveries, just be more vigilant when the price hits 5.71, and that would give you, if you're just trading this, a potential profit of 14%, 14.5%. Okay, so now what's the next question is, if it reaches this level right away, do I enter? No, not yet. You have to check another tool that we have here, your RSI. Your RSI earlier, when it reached this bottom, so this is it. Okay, this is the first one. Now if that price level is revisited again, and you still have an RSI that looks ascending, okay, so second bottom would be much higher than the first bottom right here. So that means you have a bullish divergence. So just wait for it to probably touch this again and find out what's the formation in RSI. And then probably the best thing that you can do, once it touches that level, wait for a green candlestick, an engulfing candlestick probably, to confirm that bounce. Okay, so that's our condition. PJ. Hi, Ms. JD. Good afternoon. Carlos, SMC, please. Yes, sure. I'm 12. What is awesome? Thanks. Do you trade in Forex and commodities? I do. When I have the time, I go to eToro. I have an eToro account. I also trade there, and only when I have the time. and I'm more active during weekends. I That's the time when I am really most active. I trade forex or pairs in options trading. So if you are familiar with options trading, then that's it. But that's a little riskier than the usual because there's a time element involved. Like let's say 15 minutes. Are you betting for the stock to go up or go down? And after 15 minutes, if it goes in the direction you want, even if it's just 1 cent or one, very small percent above the entry price, then you win right away. Okay, so that's just a glimpse of what I do during weekends. Next would be SMC. Okay, SMC is I think going to also revisit your MA20 line over here, which is just fine. That's San Miguel resting for a bit. It might revisit this line, and once we see a bounce in this level, that's the time we enter. But that's an ideal entry price that I see at the moment. Okay, very very close to where it is at right now, against the potential gains that you will get in the future for this stock. So 92.49 is the area to watch out for. Chomari Gran, good afternoon. House for Conrad. House, yes. House, we see a support in this level. So with the ups and downs that is currently happening, more on sideways for this stock, just check out from 1157. That would be a good entry price for us. Just be extra careful when this gets broken. Don't wait for too long if you feel that it's negating our insights today. Just cut your loss early. But I feel positive that the next possible movements here would be a bounce to the upside because you have been sitting at the oversold level for see that for several weeks now. Okay, and normally I drew this multiple times. When it goes down, it consolidates first, goes sideways before it goes up. Okay, so there you have it. All right, I'd like to check. Okay, there's a message here. Let's see if there are a few requests. Okay, so this one is from Herwin. Good afternoon, Miss JD. I will ask this Philinvest if time to get it, because in my analysis it's time to buy, but I will also ask your opinion because I'm a newbie. Okay, so this one is from Herwin. So let's check FLI. Okay, FLI. This one I think is triggering a possible bounce now, right? It very minimal movements, but this is what I see, right? A slight bounce, and then probably next possible movement is to the upside. If the market gives us a chance at the MA20 line, that's better, but I think this is the next. It's trying to establish a support at that level. That used to be a resistance right here. Very, very minimal trading range in the past few weeks. But this is our new support that I see, 0.93. So to answer Sherwin, yes, it's time to buy, but I will ask your opinion. I think it is already time to buy at the 0.93 area. That's the support that we see. Oh my gosh. It's for investors, this is really your time. All the stocks are on a big discount level. Got your life, Paul. Okay. There was also a question from Let's see what's this message. Okay, so Adrian, sorry about the dogs from our neighbors. He has a question about when to determine or when to tell if a price or a stock is overpriced or underpriced. Okay, so another video to watch out for. I am preparing for that right now, and hopefully by tomorrow or this afternoon I can upload that. That talks about uh, overvalued and undervalued stocks, and which is closely related to identifying the intrinsic value of a particular stock, and that is more inclined into the fundamental analysis, and which is really good. That's really my goal, to widen the scope of whatever we're discussing, not just about charts. So in the future, that could be something we can look forward to. Okay, I'm going to record that video for you, Adrian, and for the rest to also watch out for. Okay, what else did we miss from yesterday's discussion? Anyway, let's just check out the other stocks that we have here. Oh, I know now. I wanted to recall what I have covered yesterday so I don't have to repeat it. So this Investograms is really very helpful. It documents all our discussions here. Okay. So we managed to discuss Dito, JFC. Okay. So the next one we can cover would be Ali. Yeah, we did not talk about that. Ali is a bounce. Yeah, I feel that we have reached the area of support, which is 30.70. Oh my gosh, it's so noisy. Just 1 second. Okay, so this is the support, 30.70 area. So just check out that level and see if it will confirm some more. It will give us some more confirmation of a bounce right there. Anyway, this is part of the index, and we see some positive movements in the index. Okay. But BDO, did we cover that? No. Okay, let's check out BDO. For BDO, it is just confirming this support level that we have at the MA20 line. Okay, so giving everyone a chance. So this one is just moving sideways at the moment. Revenue is fine. Okay, so watch out for 101.77. And again, for long-term investors, this is your opportunity. I feel that it will give us a chance. It will still dip a little bit, but very, very near to that is fine. You can already enter. Or perhaps wait for a green candlestick to confirm the bounce to be sure. JGS. Almost the same pattern as the previous stock. 52.63 is the bounce area that we see. It quickly recovered right after a big decline the previous day. So that's a good sign. At least we're slowly recovering. BPI. I already did JFC. BPI also bounced. And I expect some more movements to the upside on Monday. And come to think of it, it was a Friday yesterday, and then Normally Friday is a profit-taking day, but then the premise is Thursday it was already a big decline, so um, I think people already did take profit last Thursday, and we recovered right away on a Friday. So this one is already a good recovery at this point. I have Maxis average price 5.91 and pizza average price 5.61. Will next week be good or just sell and move to another stock? Okay, Carlos. Okay, let's take a look at that. Maxis 5.91. Okay, for me, this is showing some signs of weakness for Maxis. People are already taking profit. I feel they're taking profit already. Now, what you can do here is just plot this area as your resistance and find out if in the next 30 minutes this line will be broken. If yes, then we can say it's just resting for the past 3 days. Now, if we still have movements within this range from the let's say 640 to 656, the action is just within that range. I feel that it will decline. So on the first 30 minutes, if that's the movement, I suggest lock in some profit because you managed to enter at 5.91. Because it might revisit that line again. Okay, if movement happens below the 6.73 level, and that will give you how much? 5.91. That's already an approximately 11% gain. I suggest lock in some profit before it revisits that. We don't know if it will possibly go back to this area. Yeah, your MA20 line, this used to be a resistance. So that's my take. If you have entered in this stock as a trader. Now, if you're an investor, just face it, it will rest in some of the weeks and it will continue to climb up. I'm thinking it will only revisit up to the 5 peso level. The next one is pizza. Pizza might also revisit your MA20 line, but your average is 561. Yeah. You managed to enter here, which made a gap up. This is a sign of weakness, but it might just it will most likely revisit your 5.45 area, or here. Sorry, 5.29. This used to be a resistance right here, so it might revisit that line. Okay, so this is the resistance at the moment. Yeah, or actually, yeah, that's the resistance that we see at the moment. So same tip that I gave you in the previous talk. See where the sentiment is on Monday, because who knows, we might have a gap up that will happen, and you don't have to exit yet. But if you have more movements just within this range, then it might go back to 5.29. Now, also, if you want to be more accurate as to where could it potentially bounce, use a Fibonacci retracement. And we want to plot it here using just the body. That's how I do it, body to body. The next possible area of bounce is 5.90 level. Where did you enter again? 5.61. Okay, next possible bounce 5.90. Next possible bounce 5.67, until the very last possible area 5.30. Okay, because if that gets broken, then you have a declining direction. But then again, I see that it will just bounce with any of these areas. Okay. Nathaniel, good PM. Miss JD, tapos na ba Dito and Tech? Dito and Tech were covered yesterday, but I can quickly talk about that. Dito is trying to create some more movements to the upside, so I think it will still continue to climb up in the coming days next week. Okay, so if you have already entered here, I think the play is not over yet for this stock. This is the support that we see. Okay, that's the new support. And Tech might just rest for a few days. Might revisit this line that we have here. This used to be a resistance. Rejection happened each time it got hit, and then it tried to hit that again. It broke that line, and the next day, I mean, in the next round, it really did a full jump there, and extending it on the second day. But people have already entered. You know, big players have already entered right here. So they're just taking profit and might potentially create a brand new support in the previous resistance area, which is your 720 level. Okay, Nathaniel, IMI, 16% increase in just a day. I am 50% sure that people will start to take profit. Actually, just last or yesterday alone, people already started taking profit. Right, but at the end of the day, it is still your call, and I hope you are able to make good decisions. RLC, internet. RLC is triggering a good recovery here. So that used to be a resistance, and now we're trying to establish still trying to establish, because this is still a doji, undecided yet. So that used to be a resistance, will potentially be our next support if some more actions will be around 15.26 or higher in the coming days. Okay, so but then again, between this breaking down or this price moving up, I am more inclined to seeing it in an upward direction. But if it will go further down, I see 13.54 as the next possible support. 13.60 is the next support that we have for this particular stock. Okay. Madamo gid nga, salamat Miss JD, halong pirmi. Yes, thank you man, halong man. I don't like the wick actually. Hold on, let me just read. I'm so dyslexic. I read from the bottom up. Edwin said ACEX, green, and IRC, thank you. And then Nathaniel, I don't like the wick actually. Yes, the wick has, even though it was a green in IMI, was that IMI? Even though IMI showed a green candlestick, but that is actually the kind of candlestick that we had shown there is a bearish candlestick. Please include Axelum as well. Okay, let me just jot that down. So next would be ACEX, green, IRC, Axelum, and Wilcon and URC. Okay, let's continue. ACEX. Okay. I don't also I feel that this stock will somehow rest. This is even though we're still outside of the Bollinger Band, the volume is not picking up right here. People might take profit, and this price will revisit your MA20 level again. Could be here. Okay, it's an area. So that's a, for me, this is a doji, a dragonfly, I think, yeah, dragonfly doji. And we're still outside of the Bollinger Band, but that candlestick is actually a bearish candlestick, and it might revisit and go down to 5.47 at the moment. Okay, so if you're already profitable in this stock, consider taking profit at this level. If, okay, the next 30 minutes, first 30 minutes of the market on Monday shows a declining number or a declining price. Green. Green, that's a good formation that you have right there. It's a bounce for green. It's a green engulfing candlestick on the last market day. And this is the support that we see now. That's the support that we see. So from 0.89 to 1 peso is a good entry price. People might take profit, and we can get it at a much lesser price, even better. So anywhere from 0.89 to 1 peso is fine. You are already triggering the upper band. So this is a good stock to watch out. What was that stock? ACEX. This is the reason why I see that stock might rest when you see that. So what happened here is we did a gap down. Right after that, but good for the stock because it managed to fill that gap even within the day. So if you are to look at that on a 15-minute time frame, for example, April 16, 17. Okay, see this? This is what I don't like when there's no volume. Big jump. I mean, gap down, but it went up again. So because the number of traders that we have, or the number of trades that we have here, is really few. That's why if a person is, let's say, holding a big volume and there's only a few people who are trading that, then it could give us that erratic movement. Okay, so most of the action happened above, so that's good, but let us see, maybe it will show some attractive signals next week, seeing that this is already a bounce that we have here. This is the new support. Okay, so 0.74, don't rush, because I feel that, with the number of trades that we have, 35, it might still give us a chance at that level, 0.74 area. Axelum. AXLM, right? There. Let us see. Let's use a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so if you can haggle right at this area, 2.42 level, because this is actually a bounce. Okay, so this is already a bounce because this is a green candlestick engulfing the red candlestick. So chances are we might have some more green candlesticks in the coming days. So based on what we have here in our Fibonacci retracement, it is suggesting that the next possible area of bounce is the 2.42 area. So just in case, people will take profit, you can just watch and wait at these levels in case those price levels are broken and it goes down. The lowest it could reach for me, because the MA20 line is right here, that would be 2.23. But overall, I feel that I don't even feel that this 2.42 level will still be reached. but just be conservative. A little conservative mindset, it's fine. So maybe catch it around here, 2.42 area. The next one would be pmpc. Wow. Be extra careful here because there's really no volume. You only have 3 people trading this, so and we're still outside of the Bollinger Band. So just be mindful because one trade could right away pull the market. I mean the price at a very low level. So if you are already profitable, I suggest engage in other stocks because we're still moving outside of the lower Bollinger Band. So I don't feel safe when I see this kind of market movement. Wilcon. Oh, nice. So I think this is a breakout play for Wilcon. This is a breakout play. Okay. Also, you have this look. I'm looking to the left now. This used to be a support level. Some consolidation that happened here. Used to be a resistance right here. Okay. So I think this price level is giving us a story right here. Now, anywhere from 14.31 to 14.98 for me is still a good, healthy level to enter at. Okay, 14.31 the safest. And the next one would be URC. URC also recovered, similar to how our index is forming. A big decline in price, and we managed to recover right away, and I feel that this is already a bounce, and you might have some more movements to the upside. This time around we might even see a higher high. Okay, so this is your low. Okay, this is your low, and then when it retraced, you now have a higher low, so chances are you will now have a higher high. So we just don't know where it could possibly reach. Maybe this area first. We might reach this price level first as your next high, so you now have a higher high. Okay, 141.51 level. Let's see, what about this area? No, I feel I have a stronger conviction in this price level for our next resistance, because that used to be your support, also became a resistance here, and will potentially challenge that in the coming days. MBT. MBT also starting to move to the upside. I think this is going to give us a good breakout play for this stock. 40.58 used to be a resistance here, and will most likely become our next support. Okay, so this is a good move. I like it when I see a constricted Bollinger Band and starting to trigger that area, because the next movement would be to the upside. See this? It triggered the lower Bollinger Band, and see what happened next. Big decline. So what if it starts to trigger to the upside? You know what's going to happen. Okay, the opposite. STI. STI, wow, nice volume, guys. Check this out, nice volume. Well, 387, not that much, but in the Philippine market, that's already a good volume, number of trades, as you can see there. But 0.37 for one area is our support level. But I feel that it will cross the MA20 line either on Monday or Tuesday, and we'll see some more movements to the upside for STI. Okay, you did a double bottom right here, and see how it looks like. So this one was your lowest point, okay, and true enough, it gave us that bullish divergence, okay, moving the direction of your RSI is showing in an upward direction, and this engulfing candlestick is the confirmation that you will have a possible movement to the upside in the coming days. Okay, for URC, possible dividend play as well. Oh, I didn't notice that. Let me see. Oh, I remember in the previous episodes we were talking about a dividend. Yes, yes, definitely. People will start accumulating volume, lifting the price higher, and just make sure at exactly by May 27 you are still in that stock, and it's up to you if you want to finish the entire day of May 27. But the moment May 27 hits the opening price, whatever that is, and the system recognizes that you still have a share in this stock, you're already included in the dividend. Okay, so 126. So just come to think of it, okay, if I am just to compare 1 peso and 65 cents, price right now is 126. I know JFC also has a dividend play. See the difference? 0.62 for a dividend, price level is 145. And URC 165, but price level is 126. So between the two, I have a stronger sentiment to put my money in URC. Both are offering dividends. Price level is, this one is much cheaper, but is willing to pay you dividend at 1.65 against the 0.62. There you go. Right? See the difference? So I'd play our URC more than GFC in that context. Okay, if you're just talking about dividend play. Did I already watch this? No. GFC, I actually have GFC. I already watched it. I know, not yet. Okay, let me watch this because I might get in on Monday. Okay. Right, what else? Oh, by the way, guys, if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, my only request is for you to subscribe, please, and share to your friends. Okay, so let's continue. And I'm also finalizing the slides for our overpriced and undervalued stock, and along with that would be intrinsic value, how to check the intrinsic value of a stock. So just finalizing that details before I upload it. What else do we have here? FGen might still drop, but this is the support that we see, your previous resistance here. We managed to break that, and now we're just confirming that price level 17.16 as our support area. And UBP. Okay, UBP. Yes, this is the new support that we have. It's just sitting at the support level. I hope it doesn't break anymore. 53.85 level, that's a good entry price. Wow, this one, there's nothing nothing's wrong with their revenue, looking healthy. but no foreign buying at the moment. So if you feel good with the potential of Union Bank, it's high time to start investing. See this? The dividend is even higher. When would Okay, but they only give out once a year. Let me go back to URC. They give out, but this one I think business is doing fine for URC from March, and then the next one would be June, right? June, March. Okay, they would always give out during March and June, but they only give it uh, twice in a year, exact. But for Jollibee, April, November, around 3 times a year for Jollibee. Okay, that's fine. At least you have those things to consider. Now, Ma and Euro from Edwin. Ma is will most likely rest for a bit, and let's check out this price area as it might revisit this level 159, 160, around that area. Okay, it might just touch it. Anyway, you have a wick here, so this has a tendency to go down and move up the same day. It has long wicks, so but then again, we're starting to move to the upside, and that should already give us a promising um, future in the coming days. Promising price movement in the coming days. 1.57 is my conservative support level that we have. And Euro, I think I checked it out. Euro 2.18 is the area of support that we're looking at because I feel that, we have so many traders here. They will most likely take profit. So 2.18 would be an ideal entry price. But if you are already you have full conviction that it will move up, which I feel that it will move up, anywhere from 250 to 2.18 would be already a good entry price. If you really feel that it will not be revisited, 2.31 would be a good entry already. IDC and SEC. IDC, nice. Okay, so you are just sitting at the support area for IDC. If you want to give it a try, 1.56, anywhere from 1.56 to 164 is already a good entry price. SEC. SEC, this might dip a little bit. That's the area, 11.98 to 12 pesos before it moves up. But I don't think it will continue to decline. But just be extra careful when that price level gets hit. Just cut your losses early. But I feel that the lowest it could take would be a double bottom right here, meaning it will revisit the 8.83, and that's just it. That's the lowest I can see for SEC right now. ARA. ARA is, you're just within the support level, but with the volume that you have here, it might take some time for these areas to be hit. We just need a good volume for the price to be moved further to the upside. But if you're to ask me, you are already sitting at a support area. Okay, but I have other things that I have considered for me to say that, if you have the option, try looking at other stocks, because the trades here is really minimal. Probably it's just two or three of you who are trading this stock. Okay. What about, I'm trying to also look for stocks that would give us promising movements, and I'm putting them in the watch list. What about pure gold? Okay, pure gold looks like it's still, the momentum has not died down yet. But this is already a play of traders, of the traders, because this is already very high. In my perspective, it's already a FOMO level. But if you know how to do momentum play, just make sure your faster time frame is on. You're playing it at a faster time frame. Look at this. See that? So for example, it gives us some more lift in the price. For instance, here it reaches this level again. Just say it reaches that area. Okay, that is your nearest resistance. Price, for example, you're in a 15-minute chart and price hits this level. Okay, and then your RSI here is giving us a declining direction, moving downwards, while you touched your resistance twice. That means the next possible movement is going to decline. So that's how I look at it. But definitely, in if you're playing this, in a momentum play, your volume is still there. I think you can still have slight movement upwards, but yeah, not just a big fan of momentum play. Although there are a lot of missed opportunities there, because sometimes when it goes up for several days, and yeah, the trick there is you have to enter really early so that you can just sit back and relax there. Miss Yuji has a lot of time today, so I can have more. Yes, it's a weekend, and we're just here at home, so yeah, I can extend. Now let's take a look at Edwin's request: LTG, PXP, MAC, okay, parabolic nasi, pure gold, AGI, insights nyo po kay Meg. Okay, I'm adding Meg as well. So the next one is LTG. Okay, be extra careful. Sorry, I'm in a 15-minute chart. Okay, your LTG has a support very near to where it is at right now. Okay, so check if it will break the 8 peso area, and you can then say there is a breakout play there. Okay, so 8 pesos area for a breakout play. Um, if not, just catch it here, 7.21. Okay, so that's our areas, two key areas to watch out for. The next is PXP. Nice. So while this is still consolidating or moving sideways, if you want to get in PXP, this is the perfect time. Look at this. This is a constricted Bollinger Band. And for the past 4 days, we've been triggering the upper band, or we're moving above the MA20 line. So I feel that the next possible movement is to trigger the upper band. And then you know what's going to happen next. Okay, this is the kind of this is the exciting area that I always look forward to, a constricted Bollinger Band. So yes, PXP is really good. You can enter and try accumulating volume right at this level. MAC. Almost the same formation. Okay, this is the you're sitting at the possible support for Mac. This is the support that we see. Okay, so maybe just wait for a green engulfing candlestick, and that will confirm it. But anywhere 4.90 to 4.91 is already a good entry price. We just probably watch the market first 30 minutes. And between this going down and the price moving up, my sentiment is for it to move up. The lowest it could go down at the moment would be 4.13. You have a strong support built right in this level. The next one is AGI. AGI, sign of weakness still that I see. Might revisit your 6.57, 6.61 area. Okay, slight dip. So, but you know what? Foreign buying is already present because they know that we are already just moving sideways at the moment. Just haggle for a little bit, just a few cents if you like. From 6.61 to 6.86 would be a good entry price. What about MEG? MEG might also revisit your previous previous resistance here. Okay, 2.63. You see this? Used to be a resistance from April 1, 2, 3, even 4, and it got confirmed April 8 as a new support right there. Okay, so I feel that just in case the market gives us a chance at 2.63, go ahead and enter. FLI from Herwin. Okay, let me put it down. FLI and PNB, and that's for Nathaniel. Okay, oh, I checked it. So 0.93, that's our support, and you're sitting just right at that area, 3 cents away. So it's up to you if you already want to enter on Monday. But I see more movements to the upside in the coming days for FLI. PNB. Okay. So I'm torn. This used to be a resistance, but there's another one here. Okay, I'd like to plot this as our previous resistance and a new support. You're still at a healthy level, I know, for this stock. Look at that. So I feel that we will have more movements above. Okay, so from 23.78 to 24.75, for me is already a good entry price. Volume is a little higher last Friday, so I feel that we'll have more people entering this in the coming days. Watch ko na rin yan. Ay, what did I do? Add stock. PNB. There. Oh, maximum of 10. Never mind, I'll do it next time. SM, gtcap, and EEI. Okay, let's take a look at SM then. Okay, you're very near a short-term resistance. Okay, but if it goes sideways, your support is just very near as well. 820 and then 879. That's a range trading area that we have. So if it breaks this line, then you will have a momentum play, a breakout play. Okay, so this is your support, this is your resistance. Nothing's wrong with revenue, still at a healthy level. And GTCap, Okay, gtcap short-term resistance, but who knows, we will have a breakout play because we're triggering the upper band. All right, so let's see. Monday could be a decision making day for us, but we're sitting at a resistance area right now. EEI. Oh, I already checked this. This use this as a support, and this is a resistance, but I feel that we will have some declines in the coming days, and this is still far. It might revisit your 8 no no 5 peso area, but watch out what happens in your RSI when it goes double bottom, because if it's showing an upward direction when it's down at the support level, then you might have a change in direction, which is a bounce in that area. Okay, Mark wants to check Dito. Oh, I already checked that, but what about C? Okay, C is also giving us we're sitting at the short-term resistance for C. Let's find out if it will break that resistance come Monday. If it breaks that, then your resistance might potentially become your support as it moves higher. Okay, but if we'll have another red candlestick by Monday, then chances are it will go back to your M820 level, which is the 2.57 area. Okay, I think that's it for this afternoon. Thank you guys for joining me. You have a great rest of the weekend, and keep safe, and just ping me if you have questions. Okay, I'm active in Instagrams and of course in YouTube. Just drop a comment if you like. Okay, bye bye for now.